Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy the Anime Teen here, and today I wanted to make a video talking about a new Shonen Jump manga called Candy Flurry. So, right away, one of the first things I want to talk about is the power system, of course, and that's people having candy powers, such as our MC having a lollipop power, and other characters having donut powers and stuff like that. It really intrigues me because I do want to see the other kind of powers and what they could be. Because in my head, there's not very many candies. There's chocolate, there's suckers, there's taffy, and that's all I can really think of. But for the most part, you can also expand those into dark chocolate, milk chocolate, stuff like that. Which is kind of cool because maybe there's like a dark chocolate user who can control shadows, or something like that, dark chocolate shadows, dark. You see where I'm going, right? And then there's also taffy and a lot of different kind of taffies. There's saltwater taffy, there's like all these kinds of taffy, which is kind of one thing I wanted to talk about is like so many of these candies can be varied that I wonder what the power system is going to be like. And it's kind of going to be a cool thing to see go on, and it's definitely one thing I want to see the author expand more on later on in the series. Another thing I want to see the author expand on, though, is the main guy who has the fork, who's a part of the special organization. The guy who's a part of the receipt. I don't know what you want to call it. Basically, the police. I want to see more expansion on them because, like, my guy's fighting with a big fork, and I kind of want to know, like, does everybody have a big fork? As stupid as it sounds, it's just one of those little things that I want to see more of. And that's a great thing I think this series does, is leave the reader with questions after the first chapter. And that's something definitely every manga wants to strive for, because then you get us coming back to read the second, the third, the fourth, and so on chapters. And I'm definitely excited to see where the mystery of this series continues, which is also with the main character having the lollipop power that destroyed Tokyo. But it wasn't her. Apparently, it was another lollipop user. It's just going to be interesting to see. Another piece of mystery is, how did these sweets give people powers? It's just going to be a fun thing to see in this series, and it's especially bizarre. Another thing I really like, though, is the characters. The characters I do enjoy, at least from the primary two we were introduced to, being the main girl and the main guy. One, the girl who has the lollipop power, and the guy who has a fork and is part of the receipt. I still don't know how to say that. The girl is a very, I don't know how to say it. She's not the perfectly sympathetic protagonist. She wants to be rather serious, but she shows her sympathetic side at least once in this. But I kind of want to see what happens to her, because she acts tough and she has a sympathetic side. So it might be something kind of cool to see, especially in contrast with the main guy, who is very rules forward. This is how it is. Of course, being a part of the police, the receipt. Um, he's very straightforward, very blind justice. This is what's right, and it's gonna be interesting, definitely later on in the series, when we see the two of them meet, because the lollipop user is wanted, and of course she's the lollipop user. Well, one of the lollipop users, but she's not the one. But he's caught on to that she's the lollipop user, so it'll definitely be interesting to see how their relationship furthers later on in the series. One of the other things I really enjoyed was the small little comedy moments of the series, whether it was the main guy running down the hallway or him just acting like an idiot. It was kind of funny to see. I'm not going to say it was bust a gut laughing, but it definitely made me chuckle the first time we kind of saw his stupid blind justice, how he says no running in the hallways and then walks down the hallway to confront a group of bullies. It's definitely pretty funny, but I know it could get kind of old later on in the series. But for now, it's a nice thing to see. Another nice thing to see is the art. The art is very nice. And of course, first chapters are always going to have some of the greater art of the series. But hey, if the mangaka can keep this up, then I am definitely going to keep reading this series. If they can keep up the quality that they've shown in this first chapter throughout the series, I'm definitely going to be a longtime fan. And I think it's something that you guys should hop onto because it's a very good series. And it's definitely a new thing Shonen Jump has never seen him. Really, though, that's all I had to say. Of course, it is the first chapter, so there's not much to judge it on. And a lot of this is just very vague. I like this, I like that. And as the series go on, I might have more to say. So, hey, maybe I'll make another video talking about it. But for now, that's all I really had to say about this series. Stay tuned next week for when I talk about Blue Box, a new series in Shonen Jump also. But either way, until then, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. It's always greatly appreciated. And till the next one, peace.